Okay then, Joe, so we take a look at these swings now. Again, set-up-wise, very, very good. Nice sort of straight back, good alignment, everything else good from sort of face on and down the line. The main issue for me now, as we discussed in the session, where your hands were going back in the takeaways. If we put a line now on your hands at address, you can see in the takeaway now they move outwards, sort of towards that little blue arrow on the screen, moving out away from the body. Not much rotation here with the body at all, more just pushing your arms around. And the problem in that position here now, we can see, we go back a frame, we can see now there's a little crease that your thumb and forefinger make here, kind of showcase that club face now is going to be very open. So when the club face is this open, you have to now therefore swing across the golf ball. So the club now we can see coming at the golf ball from a sort of out to in position, certainly going to weaken the ball flight and lose a lot of distance. Obviously, as you then go up through the clubs, as the clubs get longer, you're not really progressing with any extra distance. So you find your pitching wedge goes like 100, your 9-9 about the same, your 8-iron maybe 10 yards more, your 7 and 6, all sort of similar sort of yardage. You're not gaining. So the feel you've got to try and have now is that the hands are kind of working back inside this red line. You can see here now, over the toe line nicely, that club now in a more square position. As it goes back a little bit further, that club face now we can see is slightly tilted back. As I say, in an ideal world, we want to get the sensation that your spine angle here and the club face would be in the same sort of line. So that club face now at the moment sort of about 10-15 degrees open. It's less than what it was before, but it's still more open to target than what we want to, okay? But at least for me, the hands working back on the inside more is what we've got to try and do. So you want to try and work this movement and practice this movement over and over again to the point where it just starts becoming more and more natural. You can sort of see your chest and your hips moving now as the club works back, getting that club into a sort of stronger, more efficient position. Then when you swing the golf club, as we said, with the practice swing, the hands were going back nicely on the inside, or more on the inside. We can see where the hands there ended up. They ended up here. In the backswing before you had, your hands would probably end up on this right-hand image somewhere around about here. So when we've done the practice rehearsal swings now, what we want to see is the hands working. So we can see now as we go back in a practice swing, as the club's working back, there's not much daylight between your hands there and your legs. Then when we step into the golf ball, the hands now work back, certainly a lot closer than what they were. So you look at that position there now in terms of where your arms are. The lead arm is under your shoulder more, rather than sort of sticking out too far towards the golf ball. The body is moving more efficiently, and that club face generally is working around your body more. So that's going to be the feel you're going to try and produce now in terms of the swing. Get that club working back more along the toe line, as we said, and the club face, when we get to kind of halfway back here, more in line with the spine angle. So the club face would be more into kind of that position. And that's just a question of repetition, doing that over and over again as much as you can, to the point where it starts feeling more and more natural. So I hope that makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout, but I'll catch you again soon, Joe. Cheers.